I don't. Maybe y'all weren't waiting for it, but I personally was waiting for the content that would be generated right now, and I knew who would do something because it's the ones who always speak up. Like whatever Kendrick does is going to shake some shit up. Whatever Cole does is going to shake some shit up. Whatever Dave Chappelle does is going to shake some shit up because this is what he does.
Man.
Whatever Killer Mike does,
Better than everyone else.
This is what Killer Mike does. So no offense to anybody that's dropping the videos that they shot at the protest these last few weeks, but this ain't what you niggas do for real. Because you ain't been on this type of time, so it don't land the same. The only person that figured that out to do it tastefully was Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Because he stands for something.
He's a part of it.
He stands for something. Yeah. And then for him to go, yeah, I know my own music has contributed to the cause of furthering some of these notions. So I'm on a different type of time now. So his sense of awareness just puts him in a whole different class than the rest of you niggas. That's just what it is.
Most definitely.
But Dave has been operating on a whole different. Dave walked away from 50 of them things, bro. Mm-hmm. In the name of standing for something. Mm-hmm. It's not a lot. I don't know many people that would go 50. Yeah, I'm out. It ain't worth my soul. Name your price. Can you name your price? He can.
You got 50 right there?
50? You got 50 in that bag right there? and so he gives us 846. So before we get to the content of 846, can we talk about the business of 846?
Bro.
I just want to talk about the business.
That's the first thing that hit me, man.
So y'all my niggas for real. So y'all had the same thought because how it popped up on my phone was like, you just gonna commandeer a whole night? That's what we doing? You just gonna commandeer a whole night? You gonna get this bag, whatever that bag is. We're not gonna discuss it, but it's a YouTube bag, and then watch. I just want everybody to watch. That's gonna leave YouTube and be somewhere else in a little bit. You watch and see.
Be able to do the first show since quarantine.
Man.
Show in front of people like that was interesting too. Like understanding history, you know what I mean? Like he that's one of the better people that understand history as a total, like as a whole, because he's able to weave through the entire timeline and connect them all. Like that's Dave's specialty. Yeah. Which he did in 846 too, but just to know that, like, to figure out a way to be able to do a show in front of people was impressive.
Yeah.
And get it cleared.
I had a whole, I don't know, it was something so moving about, let me back up. Maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, a video of Richard Pryor doing stand-up in Berkeley during like the height of the Panthers was some of the most chilling shit I've ever seen, because it's just his stream of consciousness. Mm-hmm. So there isn't this overt attempt to try to be funny. He's just up there talking.
It's kind of like Kanye's Pinocchio story.
No, seriously.
Yeah, shit.
It was that uncomfortable. And so then there's some little like awkward moments of laughter, but there's literally nothing to laugh at the whole time he's up there talking. And I'm like, damn, this is a fascinating style of art. Some backstory to that. Apparently when he came here up, because he had gone to LA, had gotten trapped in the whole trying to be like Bill Cosby thing, and had his Dave moment. It was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. The only place he could think to go was come north because of the movement that was happening in Oakland. He's like, yo, I needed to be close to that. And so a lot of his imagery and the militancy he would shift to in terms of just rebellion and just what he stood for First Amendment wise and just telling telling a specific story was built here. And I've had several friends get lucky enough to catch Dave at one of his pop-up nights, whether it be in the city, whether it be in New York. I think he was doing it a lot in Seattle too. Yeah. You just pop in. because his favorite places to work: San Francisco, Seattle, and New York.
It does in San Francisco a lot.
And so a few friends have been lucky enough to see that shit, and just like, nah, fam, just be up there talking. Like, it don't even be no jokes. He just be shooting the shit. So that night, open for Jay Elect, who shows up and gets on stage and talk. Him and Jay Elect were on stage till 3 that night. No, nobody know that shit. Most amazing thing to witness just somebody just shooting the shit. So watching this, a few times I felt like bro was on the verge of like tears for real.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That was anger,
Yeah.
which is completely justified. But it was even more powerful that it was coming from a comedian that set up a comedy special to get his shit off. And I think it connected with people that way because the reason that you tuned in initially was to laugh. And bruh chin checked you. He gave you a verbal chin check. For whoever that did not understand, he
But
gave
it's
you a verbal
from their
chin check.
favorite nigga though.
That's what I mean.
How the hell does he keep doing that? He keep going at like him doubling down on his transgender shit. It's like, I don't care. Cancel culture.
One of the better jokes.
Cancel
to
culture
put together.
Cancel culture don't apply to me because I walked away from 50 before. What the fuck you think I'm gonna do now? See what I'm saying? See, and then
A nigga you can't control.
you can't control. And so to I don't mean to sidebar, but Teen and Nana hadn't watched The Shop before, and I was like, damn, really? And it was Nana's idea, so she just started watching random episodes. It's like, damn, this is really, really dope, the conversations that they're having. Got to one of the early episodes, the one with Jamie Foxx, 2 Chainz, Gerard. That room was packed that day. It was it's a lot of people in there. But Jamie's whole point was like, and I commended him for saying it, and I remember him saying it, but I forgot of it. It means so much more now. Jamie's whole point was like, the comfort of the new money of the 90s made it to where they weren't willing to fuck their bag up. It was all new money. And no entertainers, no people of color had access to that much money before. So they were way less willing to go, fuck out of here. Because they were coming on the tail end of the civil rights movement and they looked clean unscathed. You know, racism wasn't as in their face. They're kind of detached from it, so they got to have that whole I'm not black, I'm OJ type shit, you know? Fast forward to us, fuck you mean? You gonna tell me, like, Dave Chappelle walked away from 50, nigga, so I don't have time for nothing. You're not about to tell me what I can say. You're not about to just come on. Ye's telling Nike, nah, give me a real partnership. And they're like, Ye, we don't do partnerships. Well, Jordan built y'all. He don't have no partnership with y'all. That's kind of weird. LeBron is carrying y'all. He don't have no partnership with you for real. That's kind of weird. And now, and my shoes are selling out in 30 seconds, and you won't give me the respect to at least entertain it. I'll walk, and I'll take my brand elsewhere and compete and cut y'all fucking necks off.
Did that
and did it. Bet on you. Bet on you in the name of the advancement of all of us. And how people continue to not be able to see that part of the economics is strange. So back to the business of 846. Stand for something. I'm gonna shoot this content out of pocket. That's what we were Todd and I were talking about. Yo, what you give or take? What do you think it cost him? Like 50 to shoot that out of pocket? Maybe.
I'd say less than that.
Probably so, huh?
Because a lot of that shit, you gotta think he probably owned.
It didn't even look like multicam.
Yeah, it looked like it was one cam.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, because there might be another cam of guy just going around getting B-roll.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of that stuff he already owned because you got
because he been doing
concerts and stuff, the lighting, all that stuff. He
probably had that shit already.
Yeah.
So probably less than that.
Yeah.
Put some candles up in the background.
Shoot it out of pocket, send it, and then upload that bitch like we edited already. Yo, what you cash at me, cuz
I'm ready to press the button. As soon as-
Cash at me, I'll send you the rest. That's a many way to do business. But it's the way to do it. Me and your dad were talking about it yesterday. We should the tour happen. We had found somebody in the city to let us rent the Sprinter for a significant amount of time, and Unc was like, "Damn, I was just about to buy one." Oh, duh. You know, it seems like such a small thing, but by the time we would have rented that G for the month and a half we would have had it, that's our down payment and like our first 4 payments for our own. Mm-hmm. And then how many other homies I know that are in bands that need it? Okay, we can rent it out. We've then paid for our fucking Sprinter van in the first year that we've had it. It's just the business, the gear. The first few podcasts we were renting the gear. It's like, bro, them rental fees, we could have just bought that shit these 3 times we've rented it and own our own. You know, it's these subtle things that elude us. You know, infrastructure wise. And so when you look at the new business model of content, your shows, fuck that. Let's shoot the pilot. No, let's shoot the whole season out of pocket. Let's raise the money ourselves. Then you got leverage to go to YouTube. You got leverage to go to Netflix and have these discussions because they're gonna ask for POC anyway. They're going to ask. Now that we're here, ain't nothing you can tell us. But we're back to the space of like how to gain access to those rooms, what they're trying to steer you in, what directions they're trying to steer you in those rooms, what they won't allow you to say, quote unquote. No, I shot this myself. It ain't shit. You can't edit this, and that's what 846 was to me. It's like I shot this. This is what I wanted to say. Granted, I'm Dave Chappelle, but this is what we need right now. And it was a real waving a flag for the people because he was denouncing celebrity. Don Lemon's whole ass is sitting on CNN talking about where's Puffy, you so trash for that.
That was such a cat move.
Nobody want to hear from who wants to hear from Ja Rule? Like I don't want to hear nothing from no celebrity right now. Not one that hasn't dedicated their lives and their art to the advancement of black voices.
But that's how you know that he didn't even sit on that idea first. Like he just said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was the first thing that came to mind was that you needed some celebrity influence on this. Bro. And that's why it was beautiful what Dave said. Like this isn't about celebrity
At all.
Like this is the people
voice of the,
talking.
the voice of the
people
streets.
talking.
Yep.
Like, hey, y'all, they have spoken.
Yep.
Listen. Which I'll touch on later on with Chaz, but listen, it's the voice of the people right now. They're telling you what they want, what their demands are, and they're not settling for anything less than. And people are, and you're going to have to fold, or else. Unless you're happy with having all the money that you got right now, you just go sit on Capitol Hill by yourself.
Man.
But nah, when you get that much money, you want more. It's a drug. There's no way to stop that. Bro, you would kill yourself if you cannot make more money, and you already have money. Now let's see who's really in control. Because it sounds like you work for money. You thought money was working for you. That's a sick, twisted idea right there.
Oh, man. Banana in the tailpipe.